I'll read this. Buffer overflow exploitation. Buffer overflows are used in many of the exploits that we use against vulnerable services. However, most of these are pre-compiled by exploit developers. In this section, users will learn the foundations of Windows buffer overflow vulnerabilities, basic exploit development, exploitation of service vulnerable to buffer overflow. Oh my god, I'm bad at reading today. So, what do you think? Should we do this now? Or should I practice typing reports, making reports? Buffer overflow practice stack-based or buffer overflows, right? And a lot of steps. We have a lot of questions here. This is definitely a learning room, right? So we have a lot of stuff to practice. Yeah. Should we just start? No one's saying you should do the reports first? So, some water. I need some water. I'm actually getting a bit sore in my throat. No one wanted to report writing. I'm assuming no one knows, right? It's not that you want to do this instead. So this from uses a 32-bit Windows 7 VM with Immunity Debugger and PuTTY pre-installed. Windows Firewall and Defender are both being disabled to make exploit writing easier. Well, let's click the start button. Come on. We want you to not disturb us there. You can log onto the machine, RDP. Okay. Yeah, sure. So, if Windows prompts you to choose a location for your network, shows the home options. Okay, so... so... yeah, you're welcome to. That's why I'm streaming, right? On your desktop, there should be a folder called Vulnerable Apps. By the way, before we get started here... let's go to another Twitch one. I watched just a video there yesterday. So, we need to go to channel. So I was just going to show you, since I did talk about... So, the good part here was... Let's mute this before I can hear my echo. So this one is on here too. This annoys me on other channels. Oh great, thank you. Thank you, that's good. So I found a bit, but nothing really good. So that's great. I'm grateful, thank you. I'll look at that off stream then and learn the basics. So, my links here. yeah, I guess so. So this is my GitHub, and I thought since I do have a message going sometimes in Twitch, but I don't have it anywhere in YouTube, so I thought I'd just send it in chat here in YouTube, so it's there too. I should probably add more links there. I don't think I have it there anyway, since we updated the repo. We didn't finish it first though. Yeah. So let's hop back to the TryHackMe page. We seriously should close a few things. This one we don't want to close. This one we can close. This one we can close. Right. So, me making invoices here. So if I have too many tabs, then the stream might crash. So I'm kind of careful to keeping it down not have like 500 tabs or something crazy that I never have, of course. So, let's get there, right? So we're still connected. Let's just close this one for now. And I'm guessing we don't need anything else, but I would prefer to do things on my machine really so we can have it all saved nicely. I guess we'll have to live with this. So we wanted other stuff than they have. So they have work area. Maybe I should try theirs. But I like the dynamic resolution. The scale is good for... These settings are good for stream, you know? They don't have clipboard in theirs. They have sort ignore that I have. And then their IP, of course. We need to make an IP. I tried this, it didn't work with this one. So... they have a TLS sec level 0 that I haven't seen. So let's add that one first here then. So TLS sec level colon 0. And I'm just going to open a new tab and edit the host file in. So I definitely clicked enter at least. Come on. Okay. So I apparently clicked something wrong. So this doesn't really have a name, right? We could use IP. We could use IP. We're still just connecting, right? So sorry for that. Yeah. We. So there. Let's just exit this one. Someone told me last time, actually. Let's just random stuff. Right? And someone told me I should use Control-L instead of typing clear. And I was like, in the comments after stream. So I was like, that's why I'm not using Vi or Vim. Because remembering them, but this, I really should remember it. I've heard it before. I'm typing clear. I should do Control-L instead. I remember it now. I hope so. Today I remember it. Yeah. So typing commands is much like easier, I think. Well, why do I remember IP addresses but not shortcut commands? It's odd how memory works, right? So that was you, right? Yeah. So 1010, 179, 163, and then we have the user admin. Actually admin, not administrator. It's the password. Look, the following credentials, admin password. Alright, I'm sorry if I'm underneath there. I'm just typing password. And we have to get rid of that too, so... So I need to know now what TLS sec level is. So before let's just go to this one and let's do X3 RDP and H and TLS sec level. TLS sec level. TLS security level defaults to 1, and we set 0. Enable forced use of TLS 1 for different connections. Some servers are buggy. TLS version negotiated and might fail without this. Okay. Enforce. Okay, that was the enforce. So that was the only thing on this. That was not very helpful. Oh, whatever. So, lower security than usual. Right? So, and I have the scale. So it should scale. No scaling. So, what in our command here broke this? There should be dynamic resolution. Maybe it's just the old machine. Right. Let's actually start it again then and not change the size. It's currently busy. You have to wait a few minutes. Well, that's annoying. Why did I close it? Why? Well, let's read the text. So, on your Windows, there should be a folder called Vulnerable Apps. Right, we're supposed to be on the box now. Inside this folder, there are a number of binaries which are vulnerable to simple stack-based buffer overflows. The type taught on PWK, I don't know what that is, OCP cards. The SL mail installer of the brain pan binary. The dostack buffer overflow good binary. Is the binary actually called this? The vuln server binary. A custom written OSP binary which contains 10 buffer overflows, each with a different EIP offset and set of bad cars. I have, or shards. I've also written a handy guide to exploiting buffer overflows with the help of Mona. Okay. Please note that this room does not teach buffer overflows from scratch. It is intended to help OCP students and also bring to their attention some features of Mona which will save time in the OCP exam. Okay. Twitter address. Helping create custom OCP binary for this room. So let's see. I'm arrow up enter and we'll see if it will. Nah, we'll just terminate and restart this one. So okay. Yeah. Thank you. So maybe we should just skip it. Maybe we'll get some errors. So we'll get a new IP in 35 seconds. Let's assume it will start with 1010. So we'll see where what it assumes that we know already, because this is a part of the path. It doesn't say like do this room first and do this room first, you know? Four seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we have an IP. So 237.106. Yeah. We just got the IPA and it's Windows. What did I expect? Maybe we should like wait for a bit. Let's actually we don't need to know anything more, you know. We let's actually make notes, right? So this is not a box, this is learning, and it's what we're learning is buffer overflow, right? So also we would like these on our machine, right? So let's hope that we can copy them later. By the way, the reason the camera died was that I didn't close the app and then the camera was still on, just never stopping the camera, so it overheated. Right, let's go into this one quickly and see, did I actually get the... So I have never paid for a game on this. This is kind of funny. I've just gotten all the free ones. So I don't know how many games. It says 99 plus here. It's well over 100 games that I've never paid for. I was just going now for Star. Did I get last week's game? Because it's 40 minutes left. So no, I don't think so. But this is something odd, right? Is it? I can drag it to the other screen and we can look here. Yeah, that one requires a base game. So, yeah, I didn't do it. So, I'm just clicking, since I will be streaming for 45 minutes more probably, right? So I didn't even look what it does. Usually I check a bit what it is if I want it. I don't get ones that I will never be interested in. So closing that, and let's just check quickly. Since I have 2 kids and I have 2 browsers installed, because I don't count Microsoft stuff. I have different accounts logged in. So I can just go there and click. So sorry for a quick stop here. Just go into one of my kids. So was there an age limit on this one? No, but he's already got it. So let's just do the same thing here. So Epic. So if I ever want to play a game. Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. Let's see if my other kid also... No, let's click get. Okay, so there's actually some kind of new agreement here. So we have to scroll. So let's read this thing, right? That's because we're not supposed to click the accept button without reading. Or I can't even do it. Okay. This is not buggy. Never any bugs here. I actually reported a bug on the site. My goodness. Well, so I did click the dismiss here, so I could just click. There's a, oh right, so there's an actual checkbox there. Okay, yeah. Because usually it's like scroll a million, yeah, super secret, but it's a dark mode thingy, dark reader, probably. So since it didn't block me from clicking, I'm assuming it's not too violent for a 16-year-old. He's 16. This one. They're 14 and 16. It's crazy. Time flies. Yeah, right. So we're supposed to click here, and let's go to the first one here. And let's assume that this one had enough time to actually do that. Yeah, so it's kind of nice getting a few free games, and then if you ever want to play them, you have too many to even find anything anyway. Yeah, I will not disconnect this time, but it's kind of tiny, especially for streaming, right? I don't really like that it's so tiny. Did I put like a key for zooming? Was it this one? Let's see. Nah. Yeah. They could have like done this, right? So, right click the immunity debugger and choose run as administrator. So, let's do it. That's quick. Let's continue reading meanwhile. While immunity loads, click the open file icon or choose file open. While it loads, well, it's still nothing. Navigate to the vulnerable apps folder on the admin user's desktop. So we got an actual message here now. So again, there I can see this checkbox. Installation folder. Okay. No, this is already installed. So I didn't really look at the full name of it. So of course we're supposed to run this one. Let's see if I broke it. So we'll see later if I broke whatever. I don't think anything should happen from reinstalling something that's already installed. You know, the settings should stay. When immunity loads, click on the open file icon. Okay, I think this is open file. File open. Or vulnerable apps folder. Yeah. So, I can't change the size of this thing. So, I'm just looking. It says, navigate to the vulnerable apps folder on the admin user's desktop. So, where are we? Okay. So I still, my brain tells me to make this bigger all the time. Select OSP and OSP exe and open it. Well, I double clicked. And I want to maximize this, but it's already maximized. Oh my goodness, I can't see this. So compare the text size here to what I have, partly for stream though, but still. Oh, this is so tiny. The binary will open in a paused state, so click the red play icon or choose debug run. In a terminal window, the OSP exe binary should be running and tells us that it is listening on port 1337. Well, I want to see what this is. So let's actually hop over to... I'm checking my OBS settings because I think I have a zoom thingy so we can see stuff. Hotkeys. Yeah. Well, we can microscope the screen, right? We can see everything. Yeah, total zoom. It is a paragraph character that I tested. Let's just see. If I hop to my left screen and try it, then it works. So if I hop to my right screen and do it, nothing. So apparently it doesn't work on the VM, which is kind of odd. It's still just graphics. I haven't even clicked it. So what if I switch screens? No? So do I need to do anything to make this work on the other screen? That's the question, because this would be kind of useful now, right? Is it a script, I think? So zoom to mouse. We can do this. So zoom to mouse Lua. Left screen capture. Okay, so we can just switch it now, but it's kind of annoying that I have to select. Well, we go to right screen instead and we close this, and now we have to hop to the right screen, of course. Well, what do you think of this? It breaks it. So tools, scripts. The TTS translate stuff. So actually, lol apparently means that in Dutch. We had someone speaking Dutch here a bit ago. They could confirm it or deny it. I don't know. But it seems like it's correct translation. So that might be fixed in a later version of TDS. Some people think it's funny. Yeah, so there are no options here that could possibly fix this, like start at this position which is on another screen or whatever. So I think we will just have to live with the tiny thing. Let's actually not. So I'm going to turn this off. Right, let's see. If we click the log off button, will this be nicer to it? Because we couldn't reconnect, you know. And let's look at this one and see if we can change the scale to like, let's try 200. Yes, good Ben. Okay, jag kommer snart. So one of my kids want me. I'll just, let's see if this works. Okay. So apparently 180. Scale desktop. So we need scale desktop too instead. So let's add scale desktop. And let's add it. Well, this is what Remina uses. So let's see this, if this works. So is there a difference? I think the problem is like this, but we could do Remina instead. So I had problems with something, so I tested different ones, but I really prefer to do it this way. So I have to help my kid. Yes. Yes, good bed. So I actually got in some food. Thought it was quicker just to go there. Yes, I'm kind of thinking, let's do Remina. The thing is that it's messier to connect, but since we have to type more. That's funny, right? But let's start it and see if it's the same tiny text, then it might be worth it. I'm thinking that this old machine can't really take the input. So this is very tiny. I think it's worth it to make it nice and readable, right? It's worth it. So I think it's in my favorites. So we will use this more times than one, right? But with a different IP every time. So anyway, they made it easy to type this, right? So, well, can we save as default? I don't think I want to. This is done 2009. So is this the right one? No. It's 2009. It's never used, I guess that's what it means. So let's call this buffer overflow. So I'm thinking we will be doing quite a few of these connections, right? So we have a name for it. So now we have these GUI functions here. Resize window to fit the... yeah, it couldn't connect. So if we were to start Remina from here, we would get exactly the same output. So I'm restarting the box again. And I'm sorry for the time. Actually, where time is running here. Clicking the previous one, clicking the start button, waiting 56 seconds. And I've had the window open all the time. I don't think we've had a lot of like buses being noisy or something. I might just not hear it. I don't hear the planes or anything. It's just like, you know, you're used to it. So the planes going to from Arlanda, they go just almost always this way. Feels like. So let's close this and let's edit this one. We will get an IP in 13 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 2. So let's just check. We can set a custom resolution here. Will this work? Can we set a custom resolution? That's what we want, really. Do you think that actually that matters? We didn't try, but maybe I'm just looking for TLS, if anyone knows where it is. Oh my, the menu's disappeared. Well, it did connect, so I don't think we need it really. Let's just save it. And it's been started for 2 minutes. Yeah. But we did connect, you know? Didn't we? Maybe we didn't. Okay, maybe we need to. So if I click here, can I scroll down? Yeah, now I could. Network connection type. I would want these to be locked, right? I don't want them to... Why have a tiny window when you have more space? RDP, maybe? So if we now do toggle full screen mode, so we have this as our right screen. So the text will still be tiny. So let's see what we can do. Maybe personalize? No, this is a graphic stuff, right? So display. Display said it can't be changed from a remote session. Why? Oh well, let's hope the program has functionality for changing text. Now we at least have space, you know. So terminal 6 is the font. Height adjust. So we should have like 20 points now. This is not 20 points. So we did change it. It just didn't change it. So there are like several of these. So I'm imagining doing this over and over every time we start it, and it's not helping. So well, at least it is easier to read when it's bigger, but I can't zoom, I'm sorry. So I can read this, and if you do go full screen, 1080, you might be able to do it too. So, I'm assuming we're not supposed to read the code now, which I would like to maybe. So, didn't I click change? And that's okay. Let's hop back here. Now this is changing. I set this font here too. Okay, yeah. If this works, I'm happy. So, should we do something else then? Will send that console 24 points? Will this be too big? Will it work? It says there's undo, you know. So now it says it's 37 points. If we can read it on stream, we want to zoom this. Let's actually try control zooming. No, so I can scroll, but the control scrolling doesn't increase. So sometimes you get surprised, you know, by what it can do, and I wasn't this time. So let's just quickly check the menus. This is good anyway. So we have a view. We have debug. Here is the run. It's also F9. So, and I'm sorry for the tiny text. It appears we can't do much about it. Though we could try restarting the app now, but if we we should fix the font not being 37 points in that, or 32. So I put it to 24 here. Let's just close it and open it. Sometimes, you know. And then we have to load something. And I'm just checking to see that it still has these settings, though they don't show. So, right, we'll just have to continue like this, which is annoying. Now the binder will open in a post state, so click the red play icon and choose debug, or choose debug run, and it should pop up like a window. So let's do this. Click the play, which is F9 too. So I did F9 now. And we have a pause button. Oops. So, no total commander. I was trying to click this button. So, starting OSCP Vuln server version 1 called Essential Function DLL version 1. This is vulnerable software. Do not allow access from untrusted systems or networks. Listening on port 1337. Waiting for client connections. Okay. So we're going to use our Kali machine too. Not only this. On our Callbacks connector port 1337. Yeah, and it has just the IP here, right? So I guess I'm using the Remina full screen. and I can see a tiny bar at the top here. Do you think I can reach this without getting this? Am I supposed to click this? Yeah, I was supposed to click it. So let's see if we can just Alt-Tab. We could. So we can just tab between those, can we? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So, right, let's use Control L, right? Let's just make sure I had nothing here I wanted to have left. Oh, it's just helpful us. Okay, okie dokie. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We should get them locally, but they're 32-bit too. But we should still be able to run them, right? So it's not like the other way around. But I'm assuming there's a reason why we run them like this. So this room, as all of the rooms in this path, is probably 4 years old. So there's lots of instruction here. That's how I'm thinking we'll keep coming back here. Because we don't want to miss anything in this. We want to know all the things. So we're just supposed to listen. Is it like... What character do I usually use? Whatever. Oh yeah. So 1337 and type help. So right, I'm stupid. I was connecting. I always think this is the normal way, you know, connecting like this. That we're listening on our machine. So we're not. We're actually connecting to that machine. So 10, 10, 122, and I even copied the IP, right? And then I didn't use it. So now we can do help. Let's see if it's case sensitive. It is. Okay. So, please note that there are 10 different overflow commands numbered 1 to 10. Type overflow test and press enter. Okay, so there's an unknown command there, undocumented feature. Overflow. Yeah, so I'm here. Now I can type. It's slow. Is it really the test? Yeah. So, type overflow test and press enter. The response should be. So, overflow. I have clicked. Now, overflow test. Well, I guess we're supposed to type something else there. So, Mono configuration. Let's just skip this. The Mono script has been pre-installed. However, to make it easier to work with, you should configure a working folder using the following command, which you can run in the command input box at the bottom of the Immunity Debugger window. Okay, so let's copy this. So So I'm thinking they wanted us to close this, but whatever, you know. It didn't work what it wanted us to do either. So Mona config set working folder. Mona %p. And this tiny text. Config file. So let's actually do what it said and abort this one, just in case it would affect stuff we're doing. Since it's mentioning it here. Modules. So kernel base VS232 kernel 32 RPCRT4 and DDL. I don't read everything. Okay, so create a file in our Kali box called fuzzer.py with the following contents. So I'm sorry. So this window, yeah, great. So I'm like thinking, how do I get out of this one? There's stuff behind there I want to see, right? So and also if we want to tab in here, we use this, and if we tab the box. That's kind of good that we're not tabbing in here. This one is still running, and now we're going to make a Python script. So let's just use this. It says fuzzing. Create your file here. So we'll have to read this, but we can read it when it's colored nicely. Yeah, so let's just save this as something. What are they want us to call it fuzzer.py. Let's actually go to THM, and I managed to make a directory from this thing. So it's buffer overflow prep, it's called the room. Let's just do buffer overflow. Should I use a full name in case I just want to go here again, you know? So, and call the file name fuzzer. Let's do their suggested name, fuzzer.py. And when we save this, we should get color. So we import socket time and says the IP is automatically filled in for us. The port, timeout, overflow, something, string, prefix, which is overflow, plus A times 100. Okay. Yeah, so what I missed before, let's do this. I missed typing a 1 actually. So when we connected here, I should have typed overflow 1 test. That's what I should have done, right? So I missed the character there. It was a tiny one. And I'm trying to switch screens when I'm already on the screen. Right? So this is while through, infinite loop, try and connect with a socket as a stream. That's UDP, right? Am I like remembering it wrong? Set timeout, connect, IP port, received, 1024 characters, fuzzing with bytes, format line prefix, so it's just calculating, send. And if what I'm reading is not, if you don't understand it, just ask, okay? So it converts it here to Latin 1, I'm guessing, because it says Latin 1. The string with bytes. And it receives again. Because it will loop, you know. Set timeout, connect. Okay, whatever. If it crashes, it crashes here. It gives us some information what it was doing, and it exits. And it's in every step of the loop, it adds a character and other A, and sleeps a tiny amount of time. Okie dokie. So when I save, I deleted the extra one. And then it's added one because there were spaces on the line. Okay, that's why. So this editor mousepad, it has one annoying thing, that it adds an empty line at the end. That's the only bad thing I've seen. So it's kind of nice. So we could have used code, you know. Run the Flutter script. Ooh, so now we'll have to go to this directory. So cd tshm, cdbu something, and python 3 f fuzzing. Okay. So we don't know what it does in the background, which makes this kind of useless for me. So it's crashed at 2000 bytes. Well, this tells us this, but we don't know what's happening on the other side, which I want to know. So the fuzzer will send increasingly long strings comprised of A's. If the fuzzer crashes the server with one of the strings, the fuzzer should exit with an error message. We can note the largest number of bytes that was sent, and we remember 2000, right? So, crash replication and controlling EIP. Create another file on your Kali bugs called exploit.py with the following contents. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we need to put these in like a one directory or something, right? But let's keep using mousepad for this here. So when we save this, we'll add a line too, right? Just pi. So another line added. So same thing. times offset, return padding, payload, postfix. So the prefix is overflow 1 plus overflow a times offset. Offset is 0, so it's not adding anything. And then return is nothing, padding nothing, payload nothing, and postfix nothing. I'm thinking we're supposed to add stuff here, right? And then it starts a socket, it tries to connect, sending evil buffer, send bytes, it adds rn here, and to make it actually do the overflow command line, whatever you want to call it there, right? And just makes it Latin 1, could not connect, error if we can't connect. So let's see what we're supposed to change in this now. So run the following command to generate a cyclic pattern of a length 400 bytes longer than the string that crashed the server. Change the L value to this. This is like if you're using an attack box, use the following to pattern create RB instead. Use or share Metasploit framework tools, exploit pattern create RB. So copy the output and place it into the payload variable. Okay. Well, copy the output on Windows in Immunity Debugger. Reopen the OCP again using the same method as before and click the red play icon to get it running. You will have to do this prior to each time we run exploit pi. We will run multiple times with incremental modifications until we run the modified exploit. So we're going to run this. Let's copy this path, it's a bit long. And this should be 400 bytes longer than the string that crashed the server. But they didn't say really what we're supposed to put after the L. This is what's to generate a cyclic pattern of length 400 bytes longer. So will it generate a 400 bytes longer automatically? So we're supposed to put 2000 here. We're supposed to add it ourselves, right? Let's assume that we're supposed to put 2000 there because it's kind of saying it's adding it, right? Yeah. So let's do a new tab so we can keep stuff separate here. So nah, I couldn't do it. This is annoying. Well, so if anyone knows how to delete all of this without just, I can't even arrow here because it's arrowing in here. I don't want this in my history. It's a mess. So let's copy it again a few times because if it doesn't work, usually it works if I click Ctrl+C like a lot of times. There. So let's try 2000 now then. So I'm starting to get a tiny bit hungry too. So AA0, AA1, AA2, AA3, AA4. We're getting music here almost. So we're supposed to copy this into the payload. Hello. Yeah, welcome in. So we're following the instructions of this TryHackMe room here. Oh, that's not the right one. This is the right one. So this is buffer overflow. So we just run this. We copied it into the payload variable of the script they have over here. And we need to rerun the exe now. So let's tab to this. So it's actually not crashed. Let's see if we can just make a simple connection still. That's the wrong program. We want a terminal. We want to go here. We want to see if we can just connect to there, right? And we can't. I think we got a message before. So it is indeed. Oh no. Control C, not Control C. So we need to. I don't like the slight color difference, especially when I have the mouse close there. Yeah, so have you done anything? Oh, I like TryHackMe, and there's lots of free stuff. So we need to restart it there. So this site, tryhackme.com. Oh my god, my fingers misclick on the buttons. So this site is great for learning stuff, getting started. And you can also like generally watch some YouTube videos to get started. But the thing I like here is that if you go through the paths that you have on the learn here, then you're not repeating the same thing over and over, which you might do if you just look at random videos and random sources of information. So there's a lot of free stuff in here, and there are more paid stuff if you pay. But I think it's kind of like a high percentage of free stuff, really. I think it says like at the bottom. No? Well, I think it used to. So yeah. Yeah, I was just checking the expired time there too. So we were actually restarting it. So in Windows, reopen the exe file. So we need to reopen it. So this one, what about this one? What if we pause it, play it? Memory that is not readable. That's why we need to reopen it and play it again then. And then we need to click here to see it. So it's running again. So I want to look at this, you know, I just don't want to open it and play it. I want to look at it. I hope we're doing that later, or I will do it anyway. So so here's where we got that from. Open it again, click the play button. You will have to do this prior to each time we run exploit_py. So we're going to run exploit_py now again. So so Python, it would have been easier to just type it all, I think. Exploit_py. Sending evil buffer done. Okay. So before we look at the output, let's see what this says. The script should crash the OCP server again, this time in Immunity Debugger. In the command input box at the bottom of the screen, run the following Mona command, changing the distance to the same length as the pattern you created. Right? Let's go to the right screen again. And let's see. So if I were to click pause now, it worked. Yeah, maybe, but I'm looking for jobs mainly. We'll see. So let's actually redo this. So if we reopen the file, right, then it kind of resets. So let's reset it. It is running, it's just behind here. It should be running. Didn't I click start? Oh, sorry, I can't tab to this. So now it's running. And then we run this thing again, and then we do exactly what they say this time, not just click randomly what I want. Should crash OSCP again, server again, but we can't see anything, right? We can't see it being crashed. I could even stop it. I couldn't before, so I'm not sure. Maybe we should have added those 400. We'll see. This time in Immunity Debugger, the command in the command input box at the bottom of the screen, run the following command, changing the distance to the same length as the pattern you created. So let's actually type this. Typing is always better when you're learning things. So exclamation mark Mona. Find MSP, and I don't think it crashed, so I think we have to add the length. So distance 2000. Mona should display a log with an output of the command. If not, click the window and then log data to view it. Choose CPU to switch back. Okay, so that's how we switch the views here, because we got output before. So I'm like, where's my mouse pointer? There it is. There it is. So yeah, I'm hungry. I wanna do a bit more, but I'm hungry. The script should crash. Wanna find. It should display the log that I chose CPU. Let's go to the windows and let's see here. So if we're at log data, if we go to CPU, we get this back, and if we go to window log data, we get this back. Okay, good, nice. And in the output you should see a line that states EIP. I'm kind of assuming it would jump to the right place with the distance, right? Yeah, so we don't have any EIP here, do we? Can we search? No Control F anyway. So I don't think we managed to crash it now, because we need more data. But we did before, didn't we? Whatever. Anyone that can see any EIP contains normal pattern offset. It should look like this. There should be a line like this. Let's redo it again, right? So let's not do anything on this machine. Yeah, let's reset it again. So we load it, we run it, we click it, so we see that it's just fresh and newly started. And then we go to this one and we create one that is 2400 because they were mumbling about adding 400 characters, and I was like, will it do it automatically? It sounded like it would. And let's also add them here instead. And now we should have 400 more characters here when I paste. And then we save that. And we go back here and we run the exploit again. It says done. And if we now go back to this one, we have the same look of it. No. So I should maybe look more at this. Now it says exit violation when exiting. So let's run this one again, but with a 2400, right? So do we have the problem message? I'm looking for a parenthesis because that's the easiest to see. Parenthesis offset for numbers. I see nothing like that. EIP contains normal pattern colon ... parenthesis offset xxxx. Meaning, of course, not exactly that. But we have this access violation thing here. So I'm assuming we can hop to different places here. So what if we run, my god, the mouse pointer, it's just hopping for me. So if I click this several times, we get to different places. Anyway, can I click here? Okay, so it goes pages then. So, Immunity Debugger needs support. This is a file. Access violation executing. Yeah, so part of me is saying this room is old. It might not work. Here we're doing this command here. So obviously this is an odd thing. What does this really do? Well, if we hop back to the normal CPU view, do we see anything like that here? Because the instructions are not, like, obvious. So what happened to this one? It's empty? Address, hexstone, passkey. So, help. About. Questions. There's a forum. 30-bit assembler level debugger. So here says registers. And this is looks like memory. but which is what? So I have to close this one first. So yeah, so VS2, VS3, VS4, this is our data here. But it's not starting from the start. Here it's starting from the start. I can't scroll sideways, I can't see the rest of it. So I'm assuming this tool is more than 4 years old. Well, it is 32-bit, right? Oh look, it had its own browser. No, this is a browser here. Well, this box won't have any access to internet, so I don't think. Any suggestions on what to do? There's supposed to be something that doesn't pop up. I'm kind of thinking that you might like restart the box and do it again that way, you know, but also I'm hungry. And it's 17. Yeah, I need something to be able to continue here. What it says here is, let's see, no, it doesn't explain anything so far. But it also said that you needed like knowledge before, but it didn't say like where we should find it, like another TryHackMe room, like do this room before or anything. And it's in the path, you know. So I might just have to. And also, what I assumed would happen, like when we follow the instruction, find this text, you know. This output should, in this output you see a line which states, and I have not seen this anywhere. So let's another time go back to the log data here. And so I actually found ESP contains normal pattern here. Let's check through it once more. I have a we can restart it again too. So examining registers, and here is where it tells us. Here is the EIP. Okay. Yeah, but I'm still feeling that I want to. Yeah, and it gives us the same thing here again. Good. So I found it in the tiny text. there again, because I run it 3 times, right? So, first of all, we need to know more about this Mona thing. We need to know, is Mona a part of this? I'm kind of thinking sounds like it's separate. I don't know. Because I've never heard of it. Never heard of any of these two. I'm just looking at the start of this page here again, because it doesn't say anything more than this. What we'll look at. Right, and also written a handy guide exploiting buffer overflows with the help of Mona. So, and also Tiberius, right? We can just ask him if it's, why didn't you say like you have to do this room first, right? yeah. So I opened it before her. It's right here. So we should probably read this first. We could kind of like do that on stream, but I feel hungry still, and it's still over 17, so I plan to stop at 17 really. Maybe we have an almost clear blue sky outside, about 23 degrees outside, I think. Maybe a little biking with my youngest. And some food. Right, so I'm going to read this. Maybe this is not TTS friendly. Maybe I don't want to read all of this on stream. Anyway, you have the link, right? Let's click this one. Okay, I've never heard of Immunity Debugger either, Never heard of it. So we can... Are there newer versions? So you can... There is someone searched for Kali Linux here too. Alright, I missed an M there. Oh, what's it used for? Way to write exploits, analyze malware, reverse engineer binary files. Cost. Free. Difference between... This is support 64-bit. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing the what is called Palm College things. I think that's a better start than this. But I want to do this path too, and do all the things there. So we'll have to do it. But if you have any tips for anything to start with. Yeah, I've used Ghidra, I haven't used this thing. Yeah. So, sensor function. Okay, so they are only doing something there. So we already opened one of these. Getting it to work. People have even questions on getting it to work. Yeah, so should we not run it in there? Should we download the files somehow? instead. We can download the files, look at them somewhere else. Since you seem knowledgeable about this, it feels a bit sad to close the stream, but I will have to continue tomorrow because I'm really hungry. I ate like 4 hours ago. How could I be so hungry? But I am, so maybe oatmeal wasn't that long-lasting food. And also I had some time with my kids and stuff. So yeah. So we'll have to continue tomorrow.